Hello friends, in this lesson we will learn to customize the brushes using brush dynamics. Alright, in the last lesson we learned about the basics of brushes. Now to configure the brushes to paint just like we envision them for painting, Photoshop has a ton of settings and most of them are stored right here in this brushes panel. It is called brush dynamics. But it is impossible to cover every style settings of this panel in one lesson. So I will show you the setup of this panel, how it works and few of the settings that I use more often. Let's have a look at it. We can open it from here or from Windows and brush. You can see that the shortcut is F5. I use that keyboard shortcut quite often. Here are the brush presets which are currently loaded. On the left you can see the brush presets button. If we click on this button, a new panel opens up. It is called the brush presets panel. Though I personally don't like to use this panel, it is completely up to you if you want to use this panel. Rather, I prefer to use this contextual menu right here. When we right click, it opens up and I like to use this panel rather than this panel. Okay, now I'll go from top to bottom. The very first one is the brush tip shape. This is the most basic tab among all these. Below these are the other options which are separated with this black line. It means that they have their individual settings. If I click on this, you can see it has its individual settings. These dynamics down here are not separated by a black line. It means they do not have their individual settings. We can just turn them on and off. We cannot select them. We can just turn them on and off. Now each one of these dynamics also have this padlock icon besides them. With these icons we can lock them and unlock them like so. If you have more than one dynamics locked, you can go here and reset all lock settings to unlock all of them at the same time. Now let's go back to brush tips shape settings. Here this is the size slider. You know very well about it. This is to increase the size of our tip. Here we have kind of a circular diagram of the brush. This can be squished by dragging these little dots. You can see the live update here. We can squish, or with this arrow we can rotate the tip of our brush like so. Now when I rotate it, you can see that this angle changes, and when I squish it, the roundness of the brush changes. We can also flip this angle. If I check it, see the change? The angle is flipped. We can also change the y-axis. The next one is this hardness. We already know about the hardness. I will not talk about this. Now if I increase the spacing like so, you can see that our brush stroke is made up of a large number of circles which are dotted very close to each other. The lower the spacing, the smoother our stroke will be. Higher the spacing, individual brush tip shape can be seen. I'll keep it to very low. We can also disable this spacing. Let's now talk about the shape dynamics. I've turned it on and selected it to go to its settings. There are quite a few like size jitter, minimum diameter, angle jitter, etc. If you remember from last lesson, when we check this option on and off, the shape dynamics are actually turned on and off. Now as I told you in the last lesson, this is the option to be used with an external device called tablet or stylus. So this is controlled by this control. It has many options to control our stroke with the pen tilt, stylus wheel, pen pressure, etc. I keep it to pen pressure. Now what does this jitter mean? Jitter is another word for randomizing. Let's move this slider. You can see that we have introduced some kind of size jitter in the stroke. You can see this jitter in the stroke. With zero jitter, it looks like a smooth stroke. Now this minimum diameter controls the minimum diameter of the brush. To show you how to use it, I will make a few changes to my brush stroke. With shape dynamics selected, I will change this control to fade. I will increase this fade value. Fade means the stroke of our brush will fade as we paint. This value determines after how long the brush starts to fade. Now this is the minimum diameter of our brush. If I start to increase this minimum diameter, just see the effect. It means that the minimum diameter of our brush cannot be less than 7%. like so. I'll turn it back to 0. Now angle jitter, it also gives some randomness to the angle. Roundness jitter is also a kind of randomness. These also have this drop down menu from where we can set the mode of controlling them: fade, pen pressure, pen tilt, etc. In my workflows, I just use the pen pressure. Now scattering is another great dynamic. As the name suggests, it allows our brush tip to scatter along the path that we are painting. As you can see, the brush stroke is scattering. If we drag this value up, it will scatter the brush strokes even more, like so. And now start painting, you can see the scattering. With this count jitter, we can introduce kind of randomness in the count, like so. We can make it less or more denser. Let's now look at this texture. This is an interesting one. With this active, we can apply a raster or pixel based texture to our brush stroke. We can click on this arrow here and load from these patterns. We can also load other patterns from this library. Let's look at this artistic surfaces. Click OK. This extra heavy canvas gives our brush a canvas look. Let's choose a color, say brown. OK. Let's select a soft round brush. Now if I paint, it affects my brush tip shape. I find this option pretty interesting. I encourage you to go ahead and explore some of these textures. In Photoshop CS6, we get these brightness and contrast settings. You can play with these sliders. This box here allows us to texture each brush tip. Turning it off will apply the texture to whole stroke. If I turn it off, the texture is more denser now. I'll turn the texture off. Let's now move ahead. Now this dual brush allows us to combine two different brush tips in the same stroke. Let's click it and take two different brush strokes. I will take this one and this one. And if I increase the spacing and start painting now, you can see I have got both the effects, the grass as well as the leaf. Cool. I'll turn it off again and control backspace. This color dynamics allows us to create randomness in the color, like foreground and a background jitter, hue jitter, saturation, brightness. Transfer is one that I use quite often. Again, it is turned on when we click on this particular option. It's not turning on and off because we have turned it on manually. Let me turn it off. If I turn it on and off from here, you can see, and you can see it is set to pen pressure. Hope you remember from the last lesson that this is for the opacity of our brush. This minimum jitter sets the minimum opacity of the pen pressure. We can also set this flow jitter to pen pressure. There are lots of other options and settings. You will get to know all of them as you spend more and more time. Now suppose we have selected a dual brush and the shape dynamics is switched on. I've also switched on the scattering, the smoothing, transfer, and if I paint now, we get this type of effect. But if we go to brush presets and select another brush tip, we will lose all our settings. In the next lesson, I'll show you how to save our custom brush preset. So see you in the next lesson.